James Baldwin was born August 2nd, 1924, in Harlem, New York. He was born to a single mother who later remarried a Baptist minister who gave Baldwin his last name. Baldwin became a youth minister from ages 14 through 16, following after his stepfather's footsteps. He started writing in his high school's literary magazine. He held off going to college to help out his family and 7 siblings by taking any job he could at home. Through his friend Richard Bright, Baldwin was able to obtain a fellowship, then started getting his pieces published in national periodicals. 3 years later, he moved to Paris and wrote his first book, Go Tell It on the Mountain, in 1953. Before one can understand his books, Baldwin's character must be established. The Paris Review did an interview on Baldwin, and the transcript is available online. Baldwin discusses how he started writing, why he went to Paris, the influence of his family on his life, and many more subjects. Throughout, he is a spectacularly honest man. He doesn't sound like a prestigious writer or a sniffy academic, and he doesn't sound angry about the scenes he's describing. He sounds like an artist. He said towards the beginning of the interview that he had wanted to be a musician, thought of being a painter, thought of being an actor. He had read his way through 2 of Harlem's libraries by the time he was 13. Baldwin was an artist, yes in profession, but also of the soul. He describes people as if they were characters in a book he had read. Places and societies were more than real life, but settings of sometimes tragic stories. Baldwin's writing is exquisite, but what's more striking is that he speaks in the same painted language. His first book, Go Tell It on the Mountain, was about several characters, mostly through their relation to religion. The book played on themes of religion, immorality, race, misogyny, and sexuality. Though it has different dynamics and characters, there were some parallels that could be drawn between a character who is struggling with their relation to the church and their father, in addition to their sexuality, to Baldwin's actual life. He says in the book that there are people in the world for whom coming along is a perpetual process, people who are destined never to arrive. Critics loved the book, and it established Baldwin as a prominent and established African-American writer. It was said to be groundbreaking, mostly because it was a prime example of the way Baldwin was able to illustrate the struggle of African Americans in literature and convey this message to the broad audience of America. Though the struggle of African Americans continued to be a theme in a majority of his later writings, sexuality was also a common theme, though one he was recognized less for. Baldwin's poetry was as influential as his books. They were mostly praised for the same reason as his books were. America was living fiction at the time, whether it be in literature or in public life. Yet Baldwin managed to convey to them a complex truth and got them to listen. Black people reading Baldwin knew he wrote the truth. White people reading Baldwin sensed the truth about the lives of Black people and the sins of a racist nation. Baldwin continues to blow people away with his work. Because a lot of his themes are still ones the nation is struggling with, they keep themselves relevant after all this time. Videos of Baldwin speaking resurface on social media. They find their mark and ring true for many people, especially young people, across the country. His words continue to perplex and intrigue readers as they fit the emotion of those struggling today. Kevin Young, director of the Schomburg Center for Research in Black Culture, said that people have been just coming through the doors really fascinated and interested in Baldwin. Old and young, black and white, all races, colors, and orientations. All different folks come out to see what Baldwin has to say and to connect with him in a powerful way. I think he's connected with them because he writes